Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's November 2021. It's about 1 year anniversary. I would say that I have restarted to enjoy houseplants hobby since my first purchase of Calathea last November. Today I want to share my 1 year adventure with spot variegation plants. I think here are 8 or 9 plants that I have met during this 1 year in different shops. Most of them are not even specialists with houseplants. I randomly came across these beautiful plants with variegation on it. So let's, as you can see, there's even a big fat pink in the center. It's almost my newest purchase. I come to it about in the end. First, I start with this small guy. This is Cyclamen with white leaves. I saw this guy standing in the Christmas plants area since 2 weeks. First, I saw this poor guy was overwatered, so the leaves are rotten. But then 2 weeks later, look at the flowers, stable and healthy, and the leaves are firm. The roots are not rotting, so I think it's kind of variegation and loss of almost all the green part. Anyway, it's not my typical purchase of houseplants, but I think it's only 2.5 euro and standing there. Nobody will take him home because a lot of people buy us and don't care about special leaves. So today I bought it. I think I can still enjoy the flowers. That's okay. And then I move on to my earliest spot variegation find. A very small Monstera. I think it's more than half a year ago. One day I was in the supermarket. They have 2 flat of budget, cheap Monstera, tabletop size Monstera for sale. Then I just pass it. You will see in my previous video about this. I saw this shining piece of the shining variegation from like several meters away among all the green ones. All these plants I have to add here. None of them is that I search or hunt or flip between thousands of leaves. All of them are so shining with variegation. There's no way I will miss them. All from a distance away, I could recognize it, especially if it's among other pure green plants. It's very obvious. So when I bought it, it only have like this leaf, and I'm not sure if maybe this is the first new leaf in our house. But I have also looked at the stems. It also has white variegation on it. So anyway, it's a budget one. I feel it's very interesting. So I bought it, and now it's growing in pond, in semi-hydro. So this is the first one that get me really excited. I still remember the surprise and screaming my heart on that. This is the newest leaf I have, and you can see only slightly very small variegation, but you can see from the back side of the leaf is still in the variegation status, I would say, and the stems, I don't know if you can see from the camera, stems are quite stable with some white stripes in it. So anyway, he is a healthy guy and he is growing roots like crazy. And another thing is Monstera, variegated Monsteras are obviously much smaller than his colleagues in the same shipment, so it's also quite easy to recognize. So let me put this back, and here is the Alocasia silver dragon that I have bought from our summer holiday in Croatia in the lovely nursery. And I'm not talking about this. This is not variegation, and this is a new leaf. I did not see any variegation when I bought it because I only love Alocasia Anis dragon. Can you see it? Why he is a baby when I bought it is a €5 baby plants. Maybe you can even not see it anymore here. It's a little bit lighter shade of silver. And this leaf, you almost don't see anything anymore because I have it about how many months? 4 or 5 months now. It's grown a lot. This first leaf is already fading, and it's a very healthy, beautiful silver dragon. I really enjoyed it. So, but I think it's also an example of that Alocasia's variegation. I find is the most unstable. I even did not notice it. They are just casually come and go. And I have like every 2 months when I was working around, I see some variegated Alocasia zebra. It happens so many times I even did not make video of these guys, but it's the most unstable for me. And here is the raindrop Pepperoni variegated. This is on the way home from my summer rose shopping tour in Canton Argau. If you remember, my head pumped into these beautiful plants in a flower shop, literally from the hanging pot I bumped in my head. And here is another leaf. This one is also very beautiful. The leaves are very firm and shining, but unfortunately I have to repot this guy, and I even have to propagate it because it's poorly handled. This plant is poorly handled in the soil. It has almost no root. When I just want to have a controller, have a look the other day, this guy is a stem. It's actually in the bottom is one plant, a stem stuck into a cube of sponge. Can you believe that? There are people grow plants in sponge, not natural sponge. Just I feel really bad about these plants. And I cannot remove that sponge anymore. That I cannot see any root. It's really a tough plant. So it looks very beautiful, but one day I have to propagate it. So let's move on to the next one, the variegated. And this is a beautiful variegated watermelon Pepperoni. This is also a very special experience because I know this whole plant for several months standing on one of my favorite flower shop table, and it's difficult to sell them. when I first met it, it is a regular peperomia, watermelon peperomia. After several months, one day I was passing it, and I think, is there too much sunlight? Is it sunburnt? It's happened. And this watermelon peperomia variegated is a very special experience because one of our local flower shop got several pots of this, and it's difficult to sell them. So every time I pass the cashier, I see this guy standing on the table. Nobody buy it. After several months, one day I think, is there too much sunlight? Why he has sunburnt? So I had a closer look. This variegation happened during the time when he's living in this shop in a very short time. But I bought the whole plants, but it's really huge. I don't know why they put up such a huge peperomia watermelon. So now I only kept the two biggest leaves for several months now. Has a lot of root. They are living in semi-hydro. I did not see any new leaves coming up as they normally do. It's easy to propagate the peperomia, but to make a beautiful full plants takes forever, I find. But as long as they are healthy and happy, it's good. Some of the later coming up leaves are failing and they are crinkled and falling, but these two, the first two leaves, are very steady, strong, cute. I hope you are doing good. And so who is the next? Let me talk about the biggest guy here. It's this guy. This is a philodendron little fee. Maybe you have not heard of it, but it's a very common low price office plants because they are quite wide. This leaf is almost the length of my arm. It's a little bit too big for the house. So I find it, well, I paid 25 francs for that, for half the size because it's grown in my garden during the summer. I see this beautiful variegation. It was white variegation before I put her in the garden in the shade. After the filtered sunlight roast, it's becoming this color. And there are two big plants in one pot. This one is heavily variegated, and yes, it's a little bit sunburned, but you can see from here and also here, this leaf is a little bit crinkled. But others are very fine and smooth and beautiful. This is also, when I bought it, it already has here a beautiful variegated leaf. And the back side is also not full colored with red. It's different than the regular leaves. But after I bought it, all the leaves are turned back to normal except for one. Yes, the newest two leaves are not variegated, but you can see they are both healthy. It's no problem. It's a beautiful, inexpensive philodendron. I know if you Google on internet, the little fig comes out like something like this. Yes, when they are very young, this is quite matured leaves. So, and let's move to the next Monstera. I have how much Monstera? Yes, I hope it's this one is Deliciosa, Monstera Deliciosa. I bought from a stationery and interior shop, and they are not specialist with houseplants. It looks a little bit like a virus for me, but then I looked at the leaves. This is the newest leaf. This is fresh, shining, healthy. So I moved him outside of that corner that we can have a better look. It is one of the plants of a huge pot of Monstera Deliciosa. And this is the first leaf. Here maybe you can see something, but the variegation which caught my attention is here. It's very shiny from a distance away. And anyway, because this shop is not very expert, this is cold damage, typical cold damage by us in winter time, because the shops will switch off the heating after working hour. They did not realize they are dealing with tropical plants. They cannot do that. So I think I anyway buy it. You let it for another 3 weeks, nobody buy it. It will be full of such cold damage. I hope a lot of shops are jumping into the houseplants trend, but at least make some winter protection, cold protection for them. Oh, I'm sorry, this is maybe the first plant of this, first leaf of this plant. I just transplanted in the semi-hydra, and if you can see some variegation on the stems, here. You can see there are white stripes in it. If there's only a variegation on the leaves, maybe I would not buy it. Okay, who I'm lying to? I will buy anything if it's pure green. I love Monstera. I always love them. Gorgeous. But the thing is, it's not white variegation, it's mint. Mint is a dangerous word sometimes. I don't want to the expert jump out and say, you are getting virus. I don't know. But the mosaic virus also don't look like this, right? It's different. This is a young leaf still hardening itself, but you can already see it. So I hope the best luck. At least he will stay healthy without any health problem in the future. I hope all the best. Anyway, he is standing by himself in our hobby room. Everything is clear. Have another look at this. Beautiful. Yes, this is a pink princess. One pink princess among another 24 regular philodendron. It's not a pink princess philodendron misplaced among other plants. They all look the same. All the same size of the stem, all the same size of the leaves, except when I was buying stationery with my friend. We are not even shopping for plants. I'm walking around then. Where is it? I was walking around in a boring shop, and this pink got into my eye. It's just at my eye level. I was, Then I backwards walked. Literally backwards. What? Did I sleep too less recently to have illusions? I find, you can say, I find different white variegation, especially Monstera pink, and it's unreal. Everybody around me is minding their own business, choosing stationery. They don't think it's a thing to see this beautiful pink in a normal, busy, boring day. My God. I don't have this pink leaf when I saw her in the shop. Only this. But this is a pink, only one plants in our time. At least at the moment we have philodendron pink princess, 12 francs. I think it's a variegation. This is an old leaf. I saw it in the shop already like this. And also, I'm also very happy now that in EU and maybe in some other countries, because of the tissue culture and volume production, I don't know, the price of philodendron pink princess dropped dramatically. I really happy about it, because now I don't need to panic anymore if I bought a pink princess 5-6 months ago. I don't worry if anything happened to it anymore. Of course, nothing will happen to it. And I'm also very happy all of my friends who want one could easily buy one, like 12 euro or 20 euro for baby plants, something like this, a baby, or 60-70 euro small size pink princess. But still, who doesn't have a dream that one day you walk around, you see a spot variegation of pink princess? And I'm also very lucky that the first new leaf I have since I bought it is a gorgeous pink. Really gorgeous. So I think that's for I kept you too long today, and I have to tidy up this mess, this beautiful mess. And yes, what I want to see. Yes, about spot variegation. I see some topics about hunting, this and that. What I have found, it's, if we don't think about value, it's much more fun to see, especially because I like variegated plants, both houseplants or indoor or garden plants. It's like you hit the big candy lotto during the daily life, and I have never need to go through and disturbing the plants to turn the leaves. I said so many times they are like a shining star in the summer night sky. There's no way we will miss it if we love it. If we love variegation, it's just to 1 year with houseplants, just see something about adventures. And I hope you all have your own findings according to your favorite. That's the best. And these are all the regular price plants. It's not a heavy burden. I'm also even happy that I have never purchased a regular Monstera, because I don't dare to say it to my friends, because I always think maybe it will happen that one day I saw a spot variegated one. Then I actually did. And this pink, I even did not have dream about it. It's too much. Yes, I know not everybody like a pink princess, but no matter how high or low is the price and the popularity, this is a pink for me. this is my positive energy, happy energy coming from. And thanks for watching, thanks for your patience, and hope you all have a nice journey with houseplants, and see you next time.